Some basic concepts in psychology. Introduction to Psychology Unit 3. Concept of learning. Learning is the totality of the acquisition of factual information, the mastering of skills and means of aiding further study, understanding, acquisition of behavior patterns, the styles of tackling problems of everyday life and more. Learning may also be thought of as a process of problem solving, a way of thinking, creating, and synthesize. Learning is a dynamic process whereby, through interactive experience, insights, or cognitive structures of life spaces are changed and so become more useful for future guidance. Many psychologists agree that learning is a general term for relatively lasting or permanent change in performance or behavior caused or produced directly by experience. Maturation and learning. Maturation as a scientific and psychological concept designates that period of development during which a germ cell becomes mature. It is a process of ripening and of moving towards the fuller unfolding of potentials of the organism. Maturation denotes both a change in the physical equipment of the organism, but more importantly it is a change in function and the capacity to perform through the use of this equipment. The concept of maturation has some indirect relationship with learning. The concept of maturation leads to the concept of phylogenetic function or prehensile skills, sometimes referred to as developmental tasks. Such tasks include crawling, creeping, walking, and so on. Remember that they are cross-cultural and therefore common to all races. More importantly, remember that training is of little importance if maturation is not ready. Concept of growth and development. Human body grows in stages and each stage has its dominant characteristics and uniqueness. Each stage has also its significant problems. Each stage is related to another and not clearly marked out as distinct. No individual passes from one stage to another on a particular birthday. A stage moves imperceptibly to the next stage. Generally, when we refer to a child or any human organism as growing, we mean that such organism is becoming larger or heavier. Physical growth can be measured in terms of height, meters and centimeters, and in terms of weight, kilograms. The concept of development refers to changes in structure and function. This means that development includes growth and the ability to see the organism in the performance of certain functions. Development is the progress an organism makes towards maturity. It then means that from the very beginning of life up to old age and death, human beings are subjected to many internal and external influences. Principles of growth and development. The principles of growth and development are: development in an organism is for the most part orderly and proceeds on the same order for all children. For example, all fetuses turn their heads before they turn their hands. Every child sits before standing, babbles before talking, is dependent before being independent. Growth and development are continuous. Growth may be continuous but not always smooth and gradual. There are spurts in physical growth and psychological functions. Let us cite some examples: abrupt or sudden increases in height or development of genital organ during pre-adolescence, sharp rises in vocabulary during childhood, sudden improvement in problem-solving ability during middle and later adolescence. There are critical periods for certain organs. If anything interferes with the development of an organ at that particular time, it results in permanent deficiency or malfunctioning. For example, certain organs such as the heart, the kidneys, the eyes, and the fingers have critical periods. If during their development, anything happens to them, it affects these organs permanently. Erik Erikson, the psychologist, we will discuss more on him, postulates that if a child of 1 fails to learn to trust people, he may never trust people throughout his life. The basic personality of any individual is set during the first years of his life. Well-adjusted babies develop this trait often during the first years of their lives and grow to be well-adjusted adults.